Welcome back, guys. So in today's video, we're going to be taking apart the Zenoah G320. We're going to be doing a compression test. We're going to be doing a overall teardown and inspection of this engine. This engine has been raced a couple times. It's been driven really hard, and just kind of want to just see the overall strength and integrity of these 32cc engines. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So I've got the compression gauge hooked up. I'm just gonna let it sit down here, and I'm gonna pull this thing over a couple times and we'll check it. Alright, so we're reading about, I'd say that's about 70 to 80. And this thing generally reads about 20 low. Okay, so future me butting in for a second, sorry about that. But the compression numbers for this thing actually range from a low of 60 to a high of between 80 and 100. I've seen a couple different numbers, but most people seem to agree, at least on the forums, that these things need about 80 pounds of compression to run good. Like when they're running good, they have about 80 pounds of compression, which is what we were seeing. All right, so this is the pull starter for the G320, and just a little inspection of the little dogs for the starter engagement. They look really good. They've got a slight like metal wear to them and some metal dust on them, but overall good shape. Overall, the coil and flywheel also look like they are in really good shape. Magnet is really strong, so heck yeah. All right, guys, so this is the bare block for the G320. Down here we have pretty much all of the accessories for it. This is a 54mm mount for a Goped GSR Sport or a Goped Super Go Quad 30. These are the smaller mounts. The bearing on this thing definitely needs to be replaced. The carburetor looks really, really good, really nice and clean. No major debris or anything like that in there. Looks awesome. The air filter is a little dirty. This was the bottom. You can see like that black area right in there. I believe that's where it was sitting on the bottom. So any excess oil or anything and fuel gas mixture would be in there. The DDM Racing sock has got a puncture in it. Seems like a decent quality product. It's nothing crazy, but for a few bucks, I think it's worth it. I think it definitely kept this air filter cleaner than it would have been. Then this is our pull start. It's in great shape as well. This is the 54mm clutch. This is the, I believe, like the PTO side. The actual clutch pads have plenty of material left on them still. They look like they're in amazing shape. They're not even really glossed over or anything like that. It's really, really an awesome shape. The coil as well, it's a little dusty, a little dirty, but it is in really good shape. I would say overall, for at least the accessory drives and everything like that, everything is in really, really good shape for how much it's been beat on. This clutch, I mean, it's not in terrible condition, but it's definitely not spinning smooth. But overall, I would say that this stuff is pretty high quality. Seems really good to me. It's definitely worth the money rather than go buy like a Rovan or Rofun engine or something from AliExpress or, you know, a known Chinese dealer. And there's nothing against the Chinese dealers or anything like that. Their stuff is all right and it works. But in my opinion, I do think that this stuff is worth the extra few bucks. This engine, I thought this engine was $500 brand new, but this engine is actually only 300 bucks brand new, which is a really good price. I bought this one used for 250 bucks and it had barely any runtime on it. It looked basically brand new. It was super clean. There was no dirt or grease or anything. That is all from me. So let's go ahead and get this top end torn off and see what the internals look like. And time to take this cylinder off. All right, so we notice that the piston has got quite a bit of wear on it. I'll go ahead and get the camera moved over and we'll check it out. All right, so we got the top end taken off of this and we've got a pretty major striation right here. It's, yeah, it goes all the way. This is potentially from, I did have a spark plug that the ceramic broke around the anode. So this could definitely be it. Let's check the other side. Everything else looks all right. The other side has got a minor one. Oh yeah, you can still feel that though. You can hear that. So we are inspecting the cylinder itself. And honestly, it looks really good. If I can get it to focus, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. If I can get it to focus just right. The cylinder itself does not have any major scoring whatsoever. I mean, it's got some minor grooves, but for the most part, the cylinder is in really good shape. Definitely can reuse this. This engine just appears like it needs a new piston. So ideally, this thing could use a new piston at this time. My plan was never to rebuild it. I didn't think it needed a rebuild. It's been running great. It still was running when I pulled it off. I just ended up upgrading to the 46cc motor for the quad over there. And I really had no other use for this thing. I just wanted to give it a good overall health check and just kind of make sure it was in good shape before I either sell it or do anything else with it. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick little teardown of the G320 by Zenoah. It is a really high quality engine. It makes really good power. The estimated power from the factory is 3.2 horsepower. I believe with pipe and certain, you know, little upgrades and tweaks and good tuning, I believe you can achieve about 4 to 4.5 horsepower without really opening up the motor whatsoever. So I do really think these are awesome engines, definitely worth all the money. They're good for smaller builds and things like that. If you're going for like top speed stuff, might not recommend it. You're better off going with the 460. But for like daily cruisers and stuff like that, dude, this thing is an awesome engine. You really can't beat it. It gets really good fuel mileage, especially with the power and everything. If you have a non-piped 460 versus this piped 320, I do think the 320 would beat it. But if you have a piped version of both engines, I do think that the 460 is gonna come out on top. But fuel mileage and stuff like that, the 320 is really good on gas. It doesn't suck down fuel like the 460 does. So really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next one, guys. I'll see you later.